day and doing some yoga just to stay active and strong. And with that, I'm going to be doing quite a strong practice tonight. So if you're feeling a little bit more tired and you want to take it back, skip a vinyasa, take it in child's pose. Don't do stuff that doesn't feel good in your body, okay? So just be prepared to listen to whatever is going on in your body. I think something else there. Wow, she's still waiting. Are you in, Debbie? Yeah, good stuff. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of standing poses this evening in a flow. And the theme of this evening is impermanency, which I think is something that we all need to really appreciate so that it'll help us get through whatever phase this is, knowing that, you know, it's not forever and that everything is actually impermanent. And being aware of that quality as we move through our lives is such a gift, to know that and to be able to move through challenges knowing that you're riding a wave, that wave will eventually just pan out. And also when good things come our way, just appreciating them more and feeling gratitude for the gifts that we do have in our lives. So trying to keep that theme alive in our thoughts as we move through the practice, as we move through perhaps sometimes challenging poses, and just acknowledging that, hey, it's not forever. I can put up with a little bit of discomfort for a short amount of time. Sorry guys, just a few late arrivals there. Hiya. Okay. So let's start off on our backs. We're going to start off in reclined tree pose. So I'll show you standing up what that looks like. You're going to take your right leg, bend your right leg and press the sole of the right foot against the thigh of the opposite leg, or the knee slightly lower down is also fine here for the reclined position. And you can take your arms overhead, holding alternate elbows. If that doesn't feel good in your shoulders, you have the option of taking your arms into goalpost or just down by your sides with an external rotation of the arms. Okay, and then lying down on your back, extend the two legs out. And you'll notice that your ribs have begun to flare a little bit. So, oh, this is great, I have the mic, I don't have to be turning around all the time speaking at you. So I'd like you to knit your lower ribs down, puff out the area around the kidneys in your back there. And as you do that, then moving down from there, take your tailbone down towards your heels and feel your belly begin to ignite a little bit. Okay, and with that, you've got this gorgeous engagement in the front of the body, and that's going to keep your low back and your mid back nice and happy there. Perhaps closing your eyes or just keeping your gaze nice and soft. Can you tune into your breath, please? Try for in and out through the nose. Ujjayi breath, ideally with that slight constriction in the back of the throat. And just feeling your back body against the floor there, earthing down into it. Feel the support beneath you and allow that just to hold you. Feel the temperature of your skin and the clothes against your skin there. And let yourself soften as your bones become heavier, relaxing down. And then coming back to the breath once again, notice its continual ebb and flow. And just like the continuous lapping of waves against a shingle beach. Constant and relentless and reliable. Just like the passing of time. Every inhale is a moment passing. Every exhale is that moment gone. And every new inhale, a gift, the unknown, the future. And sometimes when the present feels really uncertain, or at least the future seems really uncertain, it's because you're living in the future. And it really does help if you try and bring the mind back to the present. And if that is bringing it back to the present in its simplest form and focusing on just one breath, just that moment as it arises on the inhale, as it envelopes you at the pause at the top of the inhale, and then as it slowly leaves with the exhale, and at the bottom of the exhale, that pause, that moment of emptiness that's so necessary for the next wave to come and fill that void. So sometimes it's really useful just to come back to that sense of the present moment using your breath. And you're going to be doing that a fair bit this evening as we move through the practice. Can you just change legs there? And just bending that left leg. And if you need a support, throw a jumper under there or whatever you bought as a block or a pillow, whatever you have if you need it. And again, take the tailbone down. Oh no. My son has lent me his watch and he's got all of these alarms set on it for, you know, whatever an 11-year-old does with alarms. And I have no idea how to work it. So I'll have to just chuck it out the door if it starts going off. Anyway, just allow yourself to relax there again. And again, you've changed the grip with your other hand on top of your opposite elbow there, or perhaps just arms continuing down by your sides. And you may notice that perhaps the frontal hip points are quite tight. So on this side, we're opening up around the right frontal hip area. And you know, that's your psoas, your hip flexor. So if you're doing a lot of sitting down, or indeed if you had been doing a lot of walking and hiking around, that could be quite tight there. So just, we're going to be opening up around the hips a little bit this evening. So, okay, just exhale now and release that left leg down. And from here, then you can just hug the right knee in towards your chest, take a grip around just beneath the kneecap there, and flex your right foot and flex your left foot. And if you have a tendency to hyperextend, just a little micro bend in that left knee, okay? Hugging it in there. And then exhale, extend that right leg up towards the sky. Take a grip around the back of the thigh, not the knee, the thigh. And if you want, have a little micro bend in the right knee and then push out through the right heel, drawing the toes down towards your nose. And see if you can draw the little toe side edge down towards you as much as the big toe side edge of the foot. And see if you can spread those toes as well. Give them a wiggle. Okay. And then exhaling, can you just cross that right ankle above the left knee, lift the left foot off the floor. So you're in thread the needle legs and take a grip around the back of that left thigh. Pull the left knee in towards you and the right knee away. And a nice external hip opener there. And just allow your breath help you soften and release down into that. It's going to just take a few rounds of breath before that holding begins to release. So let your nervous system do the talking, using Ujjayi breath to soothe it. Just taking 2 more here. And then exhale, release the back of that left leg, set the left foot down on the floor, and then twist over towards the left. You're going to have to shift your hips over to the right to get into that twist. And for those of you who may be a little bit tighter, and this may not feel good in your body, you can just feel free to take a simpler spinal twist, stacking one knee on top of the other, okay? Otherwise, right foot is landed on the floor there. Okay, then you can just slide it away from you so the legs are almost crossed, and take your left hand onto the back of the right thigh, gently pushing that down, and then turn your head to face towards the right, the opposite direction to the knees. And then inhale, bring those 2 knees back up to center again. Bend your knees, lie back on your back, okay? And then hug your left knee in towards your chest, and you can extend that right leg out on the floor, keeping a micro bend in that right knee. Flex both feet. Spread the toes. See if you can soften the skin on your face there. And then extend that left leg up towards the ceiling, taking a grip around the back of the thigh. Push out through the heel, spread the toes of the left foot out. Okay, and then exhale, release that. Take a cross of the left ankle above the right knee and lift the right foot off the floor, taking a grip around the back of the right thigh. Move the left thigh away from you. Flex that left foot. Three more here. And then exhale, just take it into your twist. Let the 2 legs fall over to the right, shifting your hips over to the left a little bit. Arms into goalposts. And turn to look over your left shoulder. Okay, if you want more, cross your legs a little bit more deeply and press down on the back of that right thigh. A slight tone in your belly there. You'll increase that gorgeous opening in the left side of the body. Big breath into the left side ribs. One more. And then exhale, release that. Inhale, bring those knees back up to center. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Okay, I want you to really hug in here towards the midline, squeeze the inner thighs together and take a grip around just beneath the kneecaps there, and then lift the head up towards the knees, and you can start to roll forward and back, really rounding that back. And if that feels awful in your body, don't do it, just roll to the side and come on up. Otherwise, roll it again, one more time, and then hold it and see if you can hover. And if you can hover, test it. Take your arms out and extend the legs a little bit. Keep squeezing in towards the midline. Maybe extend the legs fully. Spread the toes. Look at the toes. And again, hug the knees in and roll back. And again, roll back. You ready? Squeeze in towards the midline. See if you can catch some air. Maybe take it into a little Navasana, boat pose. 2 more. 1 more. Exhale, hug the knees in and rock twice again. And then bring it back up. Last one. Hold your Navasana. Squeeze in toward the midline. And then bend the knees, cross your ankles, and roll forward, coming onto hands and knees, all fours. Hands are shoulder distance apart here. And your knees are hip distance apart, so that knees are directly beneath your hips, okay? And then moving through some cat-cow. So take an inhale, draw the heart through the shoulders, drop the belly and lift the sit bones. Exhale, round it in. Inhale and lift. Exhale and round it in. Inhale and lift. And back, exhale. Inhale to cow. Exhale. Cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale back to all fours, just a tabletop. Extend that right leg out behind you and keep the toes of the right leg and the knees of the right leg. You only have one, like myself, pointing down towards the floor. Keep the hips even, so don't be stacking the hips. Keep them even. Frontal hip points are pointing down, okay? Keep that, lift the chest through the shoulders. Maybe lift that leg up above the midline there. Good. And then on your next exhale, bring your gaze in towards your navel and your knee in towards your chest. Round it in. Find your cat. Inhale to cow. One-legged cow. Poor one-legged cow. Exhale. I'm feeling it. Inhale. Bring it up. Exhale and back in. Inhale and extend. Exhale and back in. Inhale. Extend. Exhale and back. Keep knitting the outer left hip in. And last one. Hold it there. Okay, from here, tone the belly. Keep knitting the outer left hip into the midline and extend that right leg out to the side. Hold it here. Small circles. Doesn't matter what direction. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change direction. Try not to let the leg fall, keeping it roughly in line with the hip. Keep knitting the outer left thigh in. 7, 8. Bring it back. Take 2 knees to the floor. Take them wide. Sit back on your heels, child's pose. Extend the arms out. Head down to the floor. Inhale through the nose. And then out through your mouth. 2 more. Inhale. Last one. And out. Inhale. All fours. Extend the right leg. We're not quite done with that side. We did this last week, okay? So just continuing on from there. Kick the left ankle or the left heel out behind you to the left, okay? Then set that right foot, right sole of the foot onto the floor. So now that your hips are beginning to stack, you can take your right arm up and overhead. And then from here, moving into the back plane, bring that right arm all the way back behind you, big circle, all the way back, pointing down towards your toes, and then bringing it out in front. And again, big opening in the shoulders. Feel the chest opening, gorgeous across the pecs there in the front. They'd be tight too from all the sitting around or hiking with your backpack on your back. And again, big circle. And the last one, bring it up and overhead, and then hover that right leg. Good. Keep it hovering about hip height here, and as you exhale, bend the elbow in towards the knee, okay? Flex the right foot, tone the belly. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round it in. 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 3 more. Extend. Back in. Extend. Back in. Last one. Extend. back in. Hold it here. Take your right hand around to your ankle or foot and take a little quad stretch. Push the foot into the hand. Maybe bowing your body, taking the sides of the neck back a little bit. Feel the tailbone moving down towards your right knee so that you get that gorgeous stretch in the front of the right hip. 2 more here. 1 more. And then exhale and release that. Take your 2 hands to the floor. Take your 2 knees to the floor. Then walk your knees back a little bit behind your hips. Roll the toes under and lift your knees off the floor, downward facing dog. Taking your hands, they should be shoulder distance apart, and then press your fingertips into the floor. Root down into the earth. And then from the earth, rise up into the back of the heart by engaging the muscles in towards the bones, hugging them in. Good. Tone the belly. Drop the top of the head down towards the floor, surrendering your heart down. Lower ribs knitting in. Inhale into the kidney area, allowing it to expand. And then keep your feet hip distance apart. Just lift onto your toes and let your 2 heels swivel over to the left there. So you get a gorgeous stretch down the right side of the body. Two more. 1 more. And then exhale. Inhale, bring those heels back. Exhale, set the 2 knees down onto the floor. And we're going to do that whole routine on the second side, okay? So I'm going to do it with my back to you, which might assist some of you as well. Extend that left leg out behind you, okay? And then lift it to hover parallel with the floor. All right, good. And then you can lift your heart through your shoulders, lift that leg just above the midline, toes and knees pointing down to the floor. On your exhale, bend the knee towards the nose, rounding in, so taking your cat, your one-legged cat. Inhale, one-legged cow. Exhale, round it in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold it on this one. Hold it. Okay. Keep it here. Take your left leg out towards the left. Make sure that your right thigh knits inwards. Okay. And then holding that left heel about the same level as your hip, little circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring that leg back. Set the 2 knees down. Take child's pose. Sitting back on your heels, knees wide, head to the floor. Big breath into the nose. And then out through an open mouth. And again, inhale. And release. Last one. And out. Inhale, bring her back to all fours, halfway there. Extend that left leg out behind you, okay? Kick your right ankle out to the side and spin the sole of your left foot onto the floor. Then stack the hips and take your left arm all the way up and overhead. Big stretch down the left of the side of the body, anchoring down through the outer edge of that left foot. From here, circles with that left arm. Inhale, bring it back. And then forward. Out in front, inhale overhead, to the back, exhale, down towards the toes, around to the front, and keep going. I think that feels so good. Inhale, opening up, taking a big breath into the left side of the rib cage there. And then bring it up and overhead. Hold. Let that left leg hover. And then exhale, knee to elbow, round it in. Inhale and extend away. Exhale, round it in. Inhale, extend away. Exhale, round it in. Inhale and away. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Bring it in, hold it here, reach down for your foot or your ankle and take a quad stretch there. So your right heel was kicked out to the side to give you a little kickstand. And then you can push your foot into your hand. Maybe open up the chest, take sides of the neck back. Gorgeous, so as opening. One more. And then exhale, take the two knees to the floor. Walk your knees a little bit behind the hips, roll the toes under and press back to downward facing dog. Well done, everybody. Two more. One more. And out. Okay. From here, quick look at the hands. Look at the creases of your wrists and see that they're parallel with the top of the mat there, and then really root down like claws rooting down into the earth beneath you. And then bend your knees, hovering your shins just above the floor or parallel with the floor, okay? Keep that. And then see if you can drag, without moving, energetically pull your knees and your toes towards the heels of your hands. And at the same time, pull the heels of your hands back towards your toes. The belly really starts to turn on as you do that. So you feel that drawing in towards the very core of your being. Pull back. Good. And release. And last one, pull it back. Good. Start to straighten the legs a little bit. Keep them nice and soft at the knee. Look forward of the hands. And then you're going to walk your feet towards your hands, bringing your hands to the floor or to your shins. Totally up to you. And then drop the top of the head down towards the floor. Good job. Take a couple of breaths here. Soft knees. Feet in or hip distance apart. So using your props as and when you see fit. Okay, making this practice your own. So, and anything that you're not enjoying, that doesn't feel right in your body, please listen to that and honor where you're at this evening. And for those of you who are just fine and you're struggling perhaps with the mental challenge, it's okay. Nothing lasts forever. Everything is impermanent. So just reminding yourself of that. Okay. And just slide your hands up into the creases of your hips now. Root down into your feet. Bring those bent elbows back towards the ceiling. Inhale, root down into the earth and rise up to stand. Exhale. Whoo. I hope you're all feeling warm. Hope you're feeling strong. Find your mountain and just take a few moments just to let all that fizz settle down again. Okay. And then re-engage. So take a little look at those feet and walk them in towards each other once more, okay? Find your strong, strong mountain. So anchoring down into all four corners of the feet. And as you inhale, draw up the legs, making them nice and strong. Take your tailbone down, feel the belly draw inwards. And from the sides of your hips there, all the way up into the armpits, lengthen. Good. Keep that. Take your arms down by your sides with the palms forward and the sides of the neck gently drawing onto your back or towards the back. Soft eyes. Okay. As you inhale, root down into that left leg and see if you can bend the right knee up towards your chest or just towards hip height, taking a grip around just beneath the knee cap. Okay, hold it in here. Use a drishti just to help you balance, or a wall if the balance is off. Flex the foot, pushing the heel down towards the floor. Okay. And then from here, take it into tree pose. So you did this already on the floor. I'm going to take my right foot in against my left thigh. You may prefer to take it onto your calf. And then squeeze the foot against the thigh and the thigh against the foot. Hands together in prayer at the heart. If you're feeling strong, you can take your arms overhead. Sides of the neck back. Soft gaze. 2 more. 1 more. And then exhale, take your hands back down again. Try not to get that right foot onto the floor, but bring the right knee out into the front plane again. Then keeping the knee bent, see if you can kick the ankle into your right hand there, and then push the foot into the hand, getting back into the front of that right hip once more. A little more of a quad stretch. So keep the right knee facing down towards the floor. 2 more. 1 more. And then exhale, release that down. Okay, good. Give the legs a little shake. Find your mountain. Okay. And then from here, lift the left leg, anchoring down into the right. So I'm not mirroring you, otherwise I'll be walking around in circles all night. Okay, so just flexing out through your left heel. Find your drishti again. One more. And then find tree on the left side. Good. Push the sole of the foot against the thigh. Find your hands. Whoop, sliding. That's it. 2 more. You become very aware of the movement of the passage of time here in tree pose. Okay, let's bring that right knee or left knee out to the front and then see if you can hook the ankle with the left hand. Drop the knee down towards the floor, drop the tailbone down towards the floor, and then push the foot against the hand there, getting into the front of the left hip. 2 more. And then exhale and release. Give the legs a shake. Right, ready to get into the vinyasas and really get some heat working into the body. Try and stay with the breath and use that to help connect one moment to the next and carry you through, okay? So find your mountain, top of the mat, and as you inhale, reach up and overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Extend out through the fingertips, and then exhale, soften the knees and fold. Drop the top of the head down towards the floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Keep it simple, Surya Namaskar. 8 to start. Hands to the floor, bend the knees, step back to plank, Palankasana. Lift the heart, drop the knees straight to the floor if you need to. Drop the hips. Good. Exhale, Chaturanga, or drop the knees, drop the hips, lay down on your belly. Inhale, curler up, Cobra. Elbows in by your sides, keep the heart lifted. Then exhale, roll the toes under, lift the knees, downward facing dog. 3 delicious breaths here. One more. Inhale, look forward of the hands, come onto your toes, bend your knees and step forward to Uttanasana, forward fold. Exhale to fold her in. Soft knees. Inhale, root down into the earth and rise up to stand. Keep the heart lifted as you rise up, arms overhead, palms together. Exhale into your heart and release to Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Forward fold, drop the top of the head down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bend the knees, place the hands, step back to plank, lift the heart. Exhale, take Chaturanga or drop the knees, drop the hips, lay down on your belly. Inhale, curl up to cobra or up dog for those of you who prefer to take up dog. Roll the toes under, lift the knees, lift the hips up and back, down dog. 3 breaths. Doesn't it feel great to be on your mat? And just enjoying the physical, just being totally absorbed in the physical and watching sensation arise and fall away again. Inhale, lift onto your toes, look forward of the hands, bend your knees, step forward and fold in. Exhale. Inhale, root down into your feet, rise up. Hands together, exhale to your heart and release. We're going to do that again. Stay down this time. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, Palangasana, taking it through Vinyasa. If you don't feel like it, just go straight back to dog and wait for us there. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, Chaturanga, drop the knees, drop the pelvis, lay down. Inhale, curl up to Cobra. Exhale, toes, knees, hips, downward facing dog. Good, take 3 more breaths here. One more. And out. For this one, take an inhale and lift your right leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. On your exhale, bend the knees, do the usual, stack the hips, take that right heel behind your left buttock and open up the front of the hips again. Doing a lot of frontal hip opening this evening, if you hadn't noticed. Good, see if you can spread the toes, kicking that left buttock, or, you know, imagining you could, because I certainly couldn't. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, then bend the right knee in towards the nose and round your back as you do that, shifting the weight forward so your shoulders come and stack over your wrists. And then step that right foot light as a feather in between your hands. Spin the back heel to the floor and then cartwheel your arms up. Woo, warrior 2. Just take that front knee and stack it above the ankle there, a nice wide pose. Float your arms out horizontal to the floor. And your gaze is over your front fingertips. Good, nice and strong. One more here. And as you exhale, you're just going to cartwheel your hands back down to the floor. Right hand to the right side of the foot, left hand to the other. Spin the heel and step her back. Take her through. Just take her through to dog this time. There's plenty of vinyasas coming, don't worry. Okay, one more here. And as you exhale, release. Hey, you know, I forgot we didn't stretch the left side of the body there, so why don't we do it here? Just take your feet in or hip distance apart and swivel your 2 heels over to the right so you get a gorgeous opening down the left side of the body. Drop the top of the head down. I love the stretch. Okay, inhale, heels back to center. Let's take it to the second side. Inhale, your left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale. I'm dangerous with the microphone. Take that left heel and try and kick that right butt up. Stack your hips, gorgeous opening in the side, the left side, left frontal hip area. And don't collapse into the right side of the shoulder there, but keep lifting up into that right armpit. The temptation is to collapse the right armpit and sort of take an upper body twist, but resist that. Inhale, straighten that leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee to nose, round your back, shift your weight forward over the wrists, and then step that left foot forward. Spin the back heel to the floor, and then cartwheel your arms up. Warrior two. Good. Nice, strong stance. Inhale, and from the earth, draw right up into those legs. Hug the muscles into the bones. Draw right into the midline, into the center of the pelvis here. Power center. Then take those arms and gaze over your front fingertips. Okay, for this one, let's take a vinyasa. Exhale, cartwheel your hands back down either side of the front foot. Step her back to plank. Heart lifts. Exhale, chaturanga, or drop the knees, hips, lay down. Inhale, curl up, cobra. Exhale, toes, knees, hips. Down dog. Take 3 breaths, please. So we're taking a little bit of a ladder flow here. So all of these poses, you know. So whatever you need to do to modify, please go ahead and do that. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, round your back, step her forward. Spin the back heel to the floor and rise up, warrior two. Just here a second ago, sink down into it. Okay, and then from here, we're going to reverse our warrior. Take your front hand and spin it up. Left hand onto the back of the thigh, reverse. Sinking down, make sure that front knee is stacked over the ankle. Here's what we're going to do now. We're going to cartwheel the hands back down to the floor and come into a high lunge twist. So right arm down, then take it behind you. Left hand to the floor, right arm rises. Good. Lift up into that, lift the back knee up. Push out through the back heel. Spin the chest open. One more. And then exhale, spin the back heel to the floor and come back up to warrior two. How'd you like that? So we've been doing like the back stroke coming up. So for those of you who are missing their swimming, here's a little teaser. Okay, exhale. Take it through a vinyasa. 2 hands to the floor, step back, or just take it to dog if you want to take a breather. And down. Inhale, curl up to cobra or up dog. Exhale, toes, knees, hips. Down dog. 2 more here. 1 more. And exhale it out. Then inhale, your left leg rises. Exhale, bend the knee, round the back, step it forward. Spin the back heel to the floor and rise up. Warrior two. Left side. Okay, spin the front palm up, right palm onto the thigh, reverse your warrior. Stretch out the left side of the body. Good, make sure you're rooting down into those feet to support you as you do all these beautiful movements with the upper body. Ready? Left arm down, cartwheel, right hand to the floor, spin the back heel up, high lunge twist. Push out through that back heel, keep the inner seam of your back thigh lifted. Lift the chest away from that left thigh. Okay, take it back. Spin the back heel to the floor. Cartwheel your arms backwards again and sink down into it. Warrior two. Another breath here and take a vinyasa. Exhale, left hand down, right hand down, step her back to plank, heart lifts. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, forward to cobra or up dog. Exhale, toes, knees, hips, down dog. 3 breaths here. And you be aware of your breath here, the rhythm and pace of it. Each moment seems to be speeding up as you become more energized. So take an inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, warrior two. Spin the back heel. 1 breath here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Good, take that right hand and face it down towards the earth. Big breath into the right side of the rib cage. As you exhale, instead of taking it down to a high lunge, let's take it into Parshvakonasana. So take the right hand down to the floor. If the floor is a bit far away, you can bend the elbow and take it onto the top of that right thigh. Okay, and then take the top arm up and overhead, palm faces down. Okay. Oh, yes. So keep knitting that outer right hip in, rooting down into the outer edge of that left foot. Spin the chest up. 1 more here. Exhale, 2 hands to the floor on the inside of the front foot. Toe heel the front foot out to the side. Dragon or lizard. Push out through that back heel. Sink the hips. Make sure that front knee is stacked above the front ankle there. See if you can lengthen the spine, reaching out through the crown of the head, sides of the neck, back. Okay, spin the back heel to the floor. You know what's coming, warrior two, come up, woo! Now you're really feeling it in legs. Good, sink down. You can toe heel that front foot back towards the midline again, make it feel even Stevens. And then exhale, cartwheel down, vinyasa or dog or child's pose, heart lifts. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway down, inhale, up dog. Bring those arm bones back, guys. Exhale, toes, knees, hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. And again. And out. All right, left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring it through, warrior two. Come on up. Cartwheel your arms. Gaze over the front fingertips. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Woo. Good. Inhale. Exhale, Parshvakonasana, intense side angle pose. Arm to thigh or hand to floor, leaning back into that left thigh. Take that right arm up and overhead. Good. Spin the chest up towards the sky as you push back into that inner left thigh. Knit the outer left hip in. 1 more. And then exhale, 2 hands to the floor on the inside of the front foot, toe heel, front foot out to the side. Kick that back heel back. If you want to come down lower, if you're feeling like opening the hips a little bit more as you warm up, go do that. No, we're only going to be here for a few breaths, a few moments. It's going to be completely impermanent. Okay, woo. And then from here, take it through to a vinyasa, dog or child's pose. Toe heel that Oh no, she's going to spin the back heel down, kind of come through warrior two, bring it up. Sorry. Sink down and then bring it into a vinyasa. Step it back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, toes under, knees lift, hips back, downward facing dog. I told you it was going to be a warm practice, but it's so good to just be focused completely on what's going on right now on the mat. And just enjoying it for what it is. Okay, from here, take an inhale and lift your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Promise you no more warrior two. Exhale, step it through to meet your hands, high lunge or crescent lunge. So stack your right knee above the ankle and rise up, push out through that back heel. Okay, if you're wobbly, toe heel the right foot out to the side a little bit more. Good, then take your arms into goalpost position. Keep kicking out through that back heel. Get that gorgeous opening in the front of the hip. Tailbone moves down. Now from here, we're just going to drop that left knee to hover the shin parallel with the floor. So it's not actually touching the floor. And then inhale, lift that knee up again. Try not to lock it out as you do that. Exhale, bend. Inhale and lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Feeling that? Inhale. Spin the back heel to the floor. Thank goodness for that. Sink down into it. Warrior one. So your two frontal hips are pointing straight ahead. Your front knee stacks above the ankle and not beyond. God, I hope I'm doing it right. Okay, good. And then nice jazz, you have up your hands and from your fingertips, draw into the back of the heart. Draw everything in towards the midline of the body and find that strength. Good. Exhale, hands to your hips. Straighten the front leg and step your back foot in so that your feet are about 3 to 3.5 feet apart. And then draw your outer right hip back. So you're squaring off your hips to the front. Okay. And then we're going to take pyramid pose, Parsvattanasana. Take an inhale here. If you have a block, if you're tight in the hammies, this is a great place to have it in front of your foot. As you exhale, you're going to fold forward. Now, you're keeping the legs straight, but not locked at the knees. Come halfway down, and then take your outer right hip back again. Good. Exhale, reach hands to the blocks or floor. Good. Gorgeous hamstring opener. Your hamstrings are nice and warm anyway after that practice, so it should be a little bit easier than coming at it from cold. Good. You can drop and fold in over that front leg, putting a micro bend in it if you need it. And make sure that back foot is flat on the floor there. So if it's not, you can either step it in slightly or throw something underneath it. A sock will probably do it. So drop the top of the head in and fold it in. Okay, so from here we can take a little twist on this. I'll show you the demo with the block, so because those of you who can do it without the block know how to do it. Okay, so you can do it either side of the foot, so the inside of the foot is easier. So you can take your left hand onto the block at whatever height feels good for you, okay? So just bring that outer right hip back and the outer left hip forward again. So you're scissoring those hips, okay? Then push into that hand, make the right hand light and just peel that right arm up towards the ceiling, spinning your chest as you do, perhaps taking it all the way up and overhead, extending out through the fingertips. Good. Think up dog or cobra in your chest as you spin it up and out to the right side. Good. Keep pinning that outer right hip back, making room for that twist in your upper body. How good does that feel? Okay, if it doesn't feel good, it's impermanent. Don't worry, we're moving out of it in a sec. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. You've got this. Use your ujjayi. And again. And then exhale, bring that right arm back down. Well done. Soften the front knee, climb your hands up into your hip creases, root down into the earth and rise up. Lift that chest as you do. Make it look easy. So I love, you know, the idea, fake it to make it. Step your 2 feet together towards the back of the mat. It's my motto anyway. Okay, give the legs a little shake. We'll take it on to the second side. You ready? We're nearly there. We're nearly there. All right. So you know what? We can just step the left foot forward for this one. Nice long stance. Taking it to crescent lunge. So lift the back heel up, stack the front knee over the ankle, and then push out through that back heel. Okay? Tailbone down, heart lifts. Good. Take your arms into goalposts. If you're off balance, toe heel that left foot out to the side a bit. And then exhale, bring that right knee towards the floor to hover the shin parallel with the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, don't lock it out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. This is great for your backside. So whenever you do get to the beach, you're going to have a great lift in your backside. At least that's what I've been led to believe. Okay, lift it up. Exhale, lift it up. 2 more. And up. Last one. And up. Spin the back heel to the floor. Sink the front knee over the ankle again. And then extend the arms up. Warrior 1. And if you find your left hip is a little bit more forward, you can take that right foot out to the side a little bit and then spin the hips to face forward there. Exhale, hands to your hips, straighten the front leg. Take your feet a little bit closer together. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, pyramid pose, fold. Hold it halfway there. And then take the outer left hip back and the outer right hip forward. Then drop your hands to the block or to the floor. You can have, if you've got one block, you can use it out in front of the big toe. If you've got one on either side, lucky you. All right. Exhale, fold in. Soften that left knee. No hamstrings are to go ping. Be gentle, but firm. Try and make the skin on your face soft again. No gritting of the teeth or, you know, straining around the eye area. Just find softness there. And surrender into this fold. If you want, you can walk your hands back like I have in between my legs. And that makes your legs work a little bit harder without the support of the hands if you want. Okay, and then you can climb your hands back up to, oh, actually, you can take it into the twist again. Okay. Okay, so, you know, it wouldn't be this much fun if it wasn't live. So we're going to take it into the twist. For those of you who are going to use blocks, bring it to the inside of the front foot, okay? Take your left hand onto your left hip and bring the left elbow high. Spin the chest up towards the ceiling. And as you do that, start to pin that outer left hip back even more. Good. Then extend the left arm up towards the sky. Strong, strong legs as you move into that twist. Okay, good. See if you can take the left arm bone back. Slide that left shoulder blade in towards the spine, in towards the midline. 2 more. 1 more. And then exhale, take it to your left hand to your hip. Strong legs, right hand to your hip, root down into the earth and rise up to stand. Ooh. Step the 2 feet together. Give them a little bit of a shake out. Well done. We're going to bring it down now, okay? So that was a really strong practice. All standing poses. And just getting you in touch with the strength that you naturally have and remembering it's there and just tuning into that. Strength to support you as you move through life's challenges. Okay, so let's come into Malasana pose here. Take your feet wider than hip distance apart and turn your toes out and your heels in. Okay, have your block handy if you know that the squat feels horrific in your body. And sit on a block or a couple of blocks, or you can also lean up against a wall, okay, or a couch. So bend the knees and come on down. If the heels rise up off the floor, throw a jumper or a blanket underneath them, or just roll up the end of your mat and just take your hands together there at the heart center. So if you're using a block, just pop it underneath you there. Taking the tailbone down, lifting the heart. So finding length in your spine. Okay, so from here we're going to just take a little twist. Take your right hand to the floor. I'll do the opposite. That's my left hand. And take your right arm up towards the ceiling. So your arms that are at a diagonal. It doesn't really matter what way you, which hand is down and which hand is up. Spin your gaze up towards your right thumb, your left thumb. See, I told you I'd get confused. Okay, keep the heart lifted. Two more here. Exhale, bring it back down. Let's take it to the second side, so whichever way. Okay, take the hand to the floor and the opposite arm up, turning your gaze to look up towards your thumb. Your legs have had a really strong workout. 3 more. And then exhale, bring it back in. And come on and sit down, please. Okay, so we are starting the cool down phase of the practice. With about 10 minutes left. So what we're going to do is extend that right leg out and bend the left. Take the sole of the left foot against the right inner thigh there. Okay, and a nice wide angle, Janu Sirsasana. And then sitting up nice and tall. So if you need something underneath your bum for this, go ahead and throw something in under there. And pull out any flesh behind you so that you've got your nice lumbar curve supported. And then just work that right hand down the right leg. Take your top arm up and overhead. And just take an overhead side stretch there. Sides of the neck back. Two more. And then turn to face over the leg. So just rotating the torso. And if you've got, tightness in your hamstring, throw something underneath the knee there. And then just fold over it a little bit or a lot. Got that gorgeous low back release on the right side there, or on the left side for you. Two more. And then exhale it out. Inhale, push your hands into the floor, bring yourself back up to a seat and extend the opposite leg out to the second side. So nice and simple. Okay. Take your top arm overhead as you extend the other arm down the leg, perhaps taking a grip onto the shin, the big toe, the foot, wherever it comes. And then spin the chest up towards the sky. Big breath into the right side of the ribs there. And as you slow down, it's almost like time lengthens. It's just enjoying this gorgeous rinse for the back, the ribs. Exhale, turning to face down over the leg, and be mindful if you've tight hamstrings, soft knee if you need it. And equally, if you are extremely flexible, be mindful of your joints, keep that micro bend in there and support that too. Okay, take two more here. Exhale. Inhale, walk your hands back in towards you, and then come and lie down on your back, please, with your knees bent, feet hip distance apart for bridge pose. So taking your feet hip distance apart, root down into the heels of the feet and lift the pelvis up off the floor, okay? And then take a grip around, clasp the hands just underneath your bum, gather the shoulder blades onto the back so that you lift right onto the top of those shoulders and your chest becomes rather domed as you do that. And then keep pressing down into the heels. Move the tailbone down towards your heels too. Soften your face, using the natural Ujjayi breath that you find in this pose. And sensing that little rumble in your chest as you use Ujjayi breath. It's stimulating the thymus gland. Which is so important in keeping you healthy and stimulating your immune system. And then exhaling, let's release out of that. Ooh, take your arms over your head or down by your sides if it feels better for you. Walk your feet wide and just gently, alternately dropping the knees in towards the opposite ankle in windscreen wiper pose. And just taking a few, moving with the breath. And then hold it on whichever side. Just hold it there. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, knees over to the second side. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, just toe heel those feet out to Shavasana, lying down on your back. And then take your arms down by your side. Gather your shoulder blades gently onto your back and let your toes roll out and your heels in. Oh yes, you made it to Shavasana. So enjoy this reward. Make sure that you take it. Don't be distracted. This pose is possibly the most important pose. And just allow your breath to become more natural here. Eyes closed, or perhaps cover your eyes with something. And let your skin soften. Let your bones be heavy. And how fast did that practice go? It was like time sped up. And even if you were tired coming into your practice, didn't you notice that when you were totally absorbed in what was happening in the physical body with sensation and movement and trying to focus on what was going on, you got so absorbed in it that you completely got distracted from whatever was going on around you. And sometimes time contracts and sometimes it expands, but always it moves. So just allow that to work for you. See if you can stretch out the space between the minutes as they slowly tick past in Shavasana, and take rest. So for those of you who need to come out of it right now, when you're ready, just bend your knees and roll over to your right side. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you want in your Shavasana. And if you're coming up to sit, just do it very gently without any fuss. Gathering your hands together at your heart space, drawing into that place of strength. And as you exhale, release that practice. So I'd like to say namaste. Thank you for joining me.